While YouTube is known for its vast collection of entertaining and informative content, just like this video you're watching right now, there are some videos on this platform that are not for the faint of heart. From bizarre characters and unsettling footage to videos that make you question what you even just watched, these videos are guaranteed to leave a lasting impression. So if you're brave enough, stick around while we explore the disturbing side of YouTube. And other than that, we're just going to jump right on into it. Up first is Dolphin Muzzle. Dolphin Muzzle was a video posted originally by North Fur over 15 years ago on December 30th, 2007. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the original video with any sound on it. The only thing I could really find that was close was this very short clip that I'll try to play right now that actually has some original sound.
Hello, this is the Dolphin Prophet Head.
If anybody has any further information on the original sound, please let me know down below. I am trying to figure out what this guy is saying in this video. But other than that, it is literally just a guy that looks like a dolphin. It is definitely the most realistic furry I've ever seen to date in 2022. So if I seen this guy swimming out in the ocean, dude, I would be freaked out. I would literally think this is like a merman type of thing. You know what I mean? He looks crazy. But anyways, I really just want to figure out what he's actually saying. So if anybody has any further information, please let me know. But this is definitely a creepy, unsettling, disturbing, whatever you want to call it. This guy fits every single category. So that's up for the first one. We're on to the second. Yelling Creature. This is a 6-second video posted originally by Rob Herman 16 years ago on October 30th, 2006, basically just as YouTube was starting out. Now in this video, we see the Yelling Creature, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it Yelling Creature, who has a very long neck and a super small little tight head with these big bulging eyes. And basically it's just screaming out, no, but it's like really slow and reverbed. No. No. Now, if you were seeing this as a little kid, I can definitely see how this would probably freak you out. Even watching it now though, it kind of just makes me laugh, to be honest. I don't know, it's like a little weird, but if somebody randomly sent me this, I'd be like, dude, what the hell is this? Like, this is creepy. Anyways, and plus, who doesn't love this little face, you know what I mean? So make sure you guys check that out. I'll link every single video below in case you guys haven't seen it, but that's all I got for this one. We're on to the third. Noseybonk. Mr. Noseybonk is a character from this 1979 BBC children's show called Jigsaw. Despite only being a character for a small segment within the show, Mr. Noseybonk has gained notoriety mainly among creepypasta fans and similar groups for unintentionally being incredibly creepy and off-putting. This popularity is helped by many popular YouTube videos about disturbing children's shows and fan-made series Noseybonk Returns by Ashens. Now, some of his newfound fans find him attractive apparently, and many fan art is made of him as a Tumblr sexy man-like figure. While the videos themselves are now posted on YouTube, mostly give off these weird, creepy, and eerie vibes. I'll make sure I try to play a small part. This one that I want to play right here is like where he's basically growing noses out of the ground. I'm hoping they're noses. Let's get that straight. He's basically watering the grass, watering, you know what I mean, his little garden, and all of a sudden these big noses just start sprouting out from the ground. But yeah, apparently people find this guy attractive. You let me know what you think. Give me like a Dave Portnoy kind of review, you know what I mean? One bite Noseybonk review type of thing. But anyways, I'll let you guys be the judge of that yourself. Not really my type guy, you feel me? But anyways, moving on. All right, next up is Homunculus. Now, first things first, what even is a homunculus? I know what you guys are thinking. If you're an anime fan, this is sort of kind of like Full Metal Alchemist. Not really though, you know what I mean? It's a little different, so let's get into it. A homunculus is a supposedly microscopic but fully formed human being from which a fetus was formerly believed to develop, all right? Now, for this entry, let's just get that straight. Basically, fully formed human, but microscopic, so technically human, but not really. For this, I mainly want to focus on 2 channels. I think both are Russian. I'm about to butcher these guys' names, so forgive me if you end up seeing this. Kak Shidelik and Vitalik Ignuktuk.
Actually, my друг, that was not even slightly close. To native русский the channels are pronounced. Как сделать? And Vitalik Ignatiuk in the American language. Как сделать translate с Routlet? How to make?
Anyways, Like I said, both these I believe to be Russian YouTubers. I could be wrong, but that's just what it sounds like to me. And if you know, please let me know below. First though, with Kak, his real name is Corny, so I'm going to be calling him Corny from there. He has a few episodes or videos where he's basically trying to grow his very own homunculus. And in the first one, he basically inseminates a chicken egg with human sperm. He does not specify where this sperm comes from, okay? Anything for science, I guess. Anyways, he makes a slight hole in the egg and uses a syringe to inject the egg with the seed, sperm, and covers the hole with like almost a bandage or a band-aid. He then apparently leaves the egg inside a plastic container inside of his beanie because he says it must be kept somewhere warm and dark. Apparently he opens it 10 days later, also on video, and the egg is kind of cracked open and inside is this black liquid sort of spills out. He also says it looks infected right here and that there is no movement from the creature. Now, the really creepy or weird part about this is in the experiment titled Homunculus 2, he basically sets it up the exact same way again, but he leaves it in the hat for 40 days this time. And after the 40 days, a strange, like almost what I would call like a worm looking creature comes out, and it suddenly starts to like move in Corny's direction, okay? It's sort of like, you know what I mean, kind of like turns its head towards Corny, and basically he yells, drops it on the table, and completely fucking destroys this thing with a book. Alright, like absolutely just slams the entire phone book on this thing, destroys it, okay? After that, he basically is explaining that the creature somehow sprayed some type of liquid on him, and that is what made him just freak out and destroy it. And basically, yeah, he apparently has a bunch more of these experiments. The first two were the ones that really like kind of caught my interest, okay? And I don't know if this is really true. Obviously, like this is probably all some big creepypasta in my mind, but that was his videos.
I am quite positive that it is indeed fake, comment. This is the same cell that posted video claiming to make free energy. Unless this man can break the laws of physics, the videos are bullshit.
Now, next is for Vitalik. He has this video where he basically just shows himself cracking open an egg, which is supposedly containing a fully formed homunculus with these strange scales and multiple eyes on it. I'll make sure I'm playing it right here. To me, this just looks like some bad CGI, especially for like the timing when it was coming out. This was probably mind-blowing to people on YouTube, but at this point, dude, like if you've seen Avengers or if you've seen like anything that even comes out in the movies nowadays, dude, like this looks fake as hell to me. Anyways, back in the day though, I could totally see that. This would like blow my mind back then. I'd be like, dude, did you guys see this guy formed a fucking alien out of an egg, dude? Like this is crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna make sure I link them down below. Let me know if you guys have ever heard of it. Like I said, first place I ever heard of this thing was in Full Metal Alchemist, and then seeing some dude crack open an egg with one, I was like, bro, what the hell am I watching? Like this is crazy. Anyways, let me know if you guys seen that one below. I'll make sure I link them both. Corny, sorry I couldn't even pronounce your name right, bro. Like, my bad. But anyways, moving on to the next thing. Up next is Everywhere at the End of Time. Everywhere at the End of Time is the 11th and final recording by The Caretaker, an alias of English electronical musician Leyland Kirby. Released between 2016 and 2019, its 6 studio albums use degrading loops of sampled ballroom music to portray the progression of an Alzheimer's disease. So basically, slowly gets more and more looped and kind of messed up as to represent Alzheimer's, okay? Just so we're clear. Inspired by the success of An Empty Bliss Beyond This World in 2011, Kirby produced Everywhere as his final major work under the alias. The albums were produced in Krakow and released over a 6-month period to give a sense of time passing. This, along with abstract album covers done by his friend Ivan Seal, the series drew comparisons to the works of composers William Baskini and electronical musician Burial, while the later stages were influenced by the avant-gardist composer John Cage. Now, to be honest, I haven't listened to this album at all. I have watched the Wendigoon video where he actually listened to the entire album straight through, so if you're interested, I'll make sure I link his video below, because to be honest, I just don't think I could sit there and listen to this entire album. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have watched his video of him reacting to it, but I'll make sure I link that below just because, you know what I mean, I feel like he's already done it, so. Up next is Squish.avi. Now, when I was researching this entry, I found a few different videos, and I'm not 100% sure on which one was the actual first original video, but I'm basing my opinion off of Ben Wheel's video that they posted back on July 9th in 2019. The video's description reads, "Extreme fidget dance gone too far this time." And the video is almost a melted humanoid dancing figure. It's just a weird jumble of stuff, to be honest with you. Not sure if this is the original video or even what it's actually supposed to be, but this is just like one of those weird fever dream videos kind of thing that you like almost thought that you didn't really see. Actually, this comment from Grape Lad sums it up perfectly. 6-year-old me pretending to be drunk after drinking orange juice from a wine glass. And to be honest, that might not make much sense just reading it out loud, but watching this video and then reading that comment, you're like, oh, you know what? Kind of true, to be honest with you. So shout out to you. You probably had the best description, because me, this is like a fever dream, dude. Like, this is some weird thing. You're just looking at it, you're like, bro, what did I even just watch? You know what I mean? Like, kind of creepy, kind of unsettling, but also kind of like just making you question like what is even happening. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's all for this one. Moving on to the next one. Up next is Singing Robot. This video first surfaced on the internet in 2004 along with other music videos featuring the same android. The android in question is named Tara, after the mathematical form Terra, and was created by a man named John Bergeron, who first posted about his project in 2001. He created Tara with the goal of selling her to be used for security, entertainment, or research purposes, but later rebranded her as a musical android programmed to be able to sing songs he wrote. And in 2004, he began offering music videos of Tara singing on DVD, which is originally compilation, basically, that's where he originally compiled all these videos onto, and he basically would just sell the DVDs over the internet to people who were interested in viewing it, you know what I mean? And basically would ship them to you for a fee. For many years, the videos were occasionally passed around the internet, but remained in relative obscurity. Until April 15, 2009, a user named CreepyBlog uploaded the most well-known video reposting of the song Please to YouTube under the title I Feel Fantastic, along with a long description comparing the story of the android to an ancient Greek legend. And as of October 2020, the video, which I'll show right here, has garnered over 24 million views, and I'll make sure that I link the best quality version I could find, which was from a channel called Yitz. Also from Yitz, is basically, he has this post where he talks about where he originally bought it and how he found Tara in these music videos. So I'll make sure that I link his original post about him finding this out all below too. But it's kind of a weird story, to be honest, and thank God this guy John didn't make this thing nowadays, because we all know what Tara would have been used for nowadays. Let's be real. We're getting to that point, guys. Come on. He at least had some wholesome kind of thing. He wanted her to be like a security research. I don't know what they were going to be researching, but and then he just turned her into a musician, bro. Got her famous. Like, shout out to John for that, man. You deserve a clap. Anyways, moving on. Up next is probably one of my favorite ones on this entire kind of list that I'm doing right here, Salad Fingers. Now, Salad Fingers is the titular protagonist of the Salad Finger series created by David Firth. He is a mentally disturbed individual who often hallucinates and indulges in self-harm. Alright, so basically some super dark stuff. I probably shouldn't have been watching this stuff as young as I was, because this is like one of the first things I really found on YouTube when I first started, like, you know what I mean, looking at stuff. Despite this, he means very well and is friendly to everybody he encounters. Though at times he's like super absent-minded and cause unintentional harm to other people, it is shown that he enjoys the sensation of rubbing his fingers on rusty objects such as spoons and taps. Probably one of the creepiest things that I ever saw when I was little was the spoons episode. That was like my introduction to him, and I don't know, just so off-putting, so unsettling, but honestly, like, he's just kind of like a cute little guy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you watch him, you're like, oh dude, like, I don't know, I don't hate him, you know what I mean? He's just kind of weird. Salad Fingers is a bald, hunchbacked, green-skinned humanoid with dark red eyes and 3 prong-like fingers on each hand. His teeth are yellow and rotted, and he usually wears this like teal long-sleeve shirt and brown shoes. Salad Fingers lives in a desolate, unnamed land in the UK, which I actually did not know, which is uninhabited by mutant creatures. His home is a small shack located in the middle of nowhere, and he frequently references the Great War, which is presumably ended by the time the series takes place. Apart from that, all that we know about his past is that basically things keep on interrupting him as he's hallucinating. So he's constantly hallucinating, constantly having these weird problems. Saladfinger's personality is shown as rather polite and at times kind of immature. He almost sounds like an older woman in my opinion, and frequently uses like these old-fashioned phrases. Despite his unruly appearance, he speaks in a highly intelligent manner. He doesn't mean any harm to anyone and seems a lot friendlier than most of the peculiar creatures shown in the series. He has very little comprehension of reality to the point where he regularly converses with inanimate objects, and in the episode Glass Brother, it shows that Saladfingers may have actually suffered from domestic abuse, but whether his glass family are fragments of his memories or simply hallucinations is actually unknown. He speaks with a very gentle voice and almost never raises it. Like I said, it's almost like an old woman's voice. That's what it sounds like to me. It is heavily implied that Saladfinger suffers from a variety of mental disorders, including schizophrenia, depression, and dissociative identity disorder. However, frequently, basically he just acts out in different personalities, some of which may have been the people that he once knew, which is never actually confirmed. But these are just kind of some of the rumors, some of the thoughts that other people have. Specifically, he may have had a troubled relationship with people of his family, as evidenced by authoritative abuse personalities he takes on in episodes such as The Present and Cupboard. And basically, David Firth definitely kind of introduced me to the weird dark side of YouTube with this series. Like, I remember watching this when I was young. Now I'm 25. Like, I don't even know what age I was watching this stuff at, but definitely a weird introduction to YouTube, but I loved it. And I'll make sure that I tag his channel. He really doesn't like people using too many of his clips and stuff, but hopefully he doesn't mind if I, explain it kind of thing and I cut it up. I'm not using the whole clip. So David, don't be too mad at me. I love this stuff. Anyways, David's whole channel is kind of weird, so I might end up bringing him back up for my other episode. If you haven't watched that, I did a whole disturbing or unsettling YouTube channel, so he might end up being on the second part of that. But as for now, I love Salad Fingers and we're moving on from this. Up next is Pencil Face. Pencil Face was a 2008 short film directed by Christian Simmons, in which, at least according to IMDb's description, a young girl is playing on some waste ground when she finds a pencil with a face. Whatever she draws with the pencil becomes real, just an ordinary day. Now, in the actual video, you see the girl and person-sized pencil, which is just this weird, unsettling grin on its face. Like, I'll try to play it right now. It is super creepy. I changed it to my Discord thing because this thing is like freaky. Anyways, basically, the girl proceeds to draw a birthday cake and a kite, and finally this weird black hole sort of thing, all while this creepy music is just blasting in the background. Now, like I said, it is a short film. Like, I think it's less than 5-10 minutes. It's really short, to be honest. I thought it was like 2 minutes long, but a lot happens, and it's just an unsettling, weird feeling because this pencil is just giving you this big creepy fucking smile the whole time, and it is just really weird, like super unsettling, to the point where I think you guys should all watch it. In fact, I want to flash the face right here just so you guys, get this burned into your memory for those nightmares later. But if you haven't watched it, yeah, apparently this is a short film. Not sure if it won anything, but man, that smile, man. Smile only a mother could love, brother. That's the best way to describe it. But anyways, moving on. Now, for this next one, this is probably one of the darkest ones on this entire list, but also one of the most well-known. So, not going to cover it too much. And this one is Red Mist. Now, Red Mist is also known as Squidward's Unaliving. It is a lost episode creepypasta that apparently was supposed to be aired as a premiere of SpongeBob SquarePants Season 4. And this episode is, like I said, about Squidward unaliving himself with a shotgun. The story was posted by an anonymous user on 7chan's paranormal forum, and the user describes how, while being an intern for Nickelodeon, he and a few other people were requested to watch a copy of the episode Fear of the Krabby Patty. Instead, the title read Squidward's Unaliving, but thinking the episode would be some kind of morbid joke, they basically decided to continue with the task and watch it, and basically this is what this user is saying. Okay, so take all this with a fat chunk of salt, although apparently the episode is out there, apparently people have seen it. Okay, so supposedly the episode begins with the title card of Squidward's Unaliving right here, before the camera pans into Squidward playing his clarinet horribly. Like always. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Like, dude, Squilliam had been talking that shit, bro, because he was not very good at this, bro. Like, come on. Anyways, he is soon interrupted by SpongeBob and Patrick laughing outside of his home, and Squidward aggressively telling them both to quiet down as he is practicing for a concert, which sadly goes wrong for him. However, as the crowd booed him for his horrendous performance, they all seem to have these glaring red eyes similar to that of a fish in real life, including SpongeBob and Patrick themselves, okay? All these people have these glowing, dark, red eyes. The camera then cuts to Squidward, upset and embarrassed, in his bedroom sobbing with his head on his knees. Although the crying does not sound like Squidward, but instead, it sounds more like an actual person crying their eyes out. This scene continues for a while until Squidward reveals his face to the camera. Squidward has the same eyes as the crowd before, with blood dripping down from his eyes, increasing in volume in the background, okay? So imagine that, you're just seeing Squidward's eyes with this blood dropping down, you're hearing this crying just intensify in the background, and then once the crying stops, a deep voice off screen shouts, "Do it. Do it." As the camera pans out to show Squidward holding a shotgun in his mouth. Seconds later, Squidward shoots himself, and the camera pans out once more to present his remains on the screen before the episode ends. Now, like I said, this is all apparently, and this is all from some 7chan user, although realistically with this whole thing, I had to avoid the entire title of the actual episode, bro. Like, it's not Squidward's unaliving, it's, I'll let you take that guess, okay? But anyways, this is one of the darkest ones. I've heard of this a million times, so I want to just cover it real quick, but I'm not sure if this is real, bro. I don't know. If I could find anything, I'll put it up, but who knows? Possibly in Michigan. Possibly in Michigan is again a 12-minute short film written and directed by Cecilia Condit. The film can be classified as a musical horror since it has elements of both. And basically to start, it introduces us to two friends, Sharon and Janice, two young women who are stalked through a shopping mall by a cannibal named Arthur. He follows them home, and here is where the victims now become the aggressors. Now, to be honest, it's a 12-minute movie. I don't want to spoil too much because it's already short enough as it is, but I basically gave you the entire plot right there, you know what I mean? Victims become the aggressors, get followed home by this weird cannibal named Arthur. Alright, I would suggest that you watch it because it's pretty short and it's pretty good, to be honest. It's a musical, but the whole time you're kind of like creeped out and you're like, what the hell is happening? So you don't really even think of it as a musical, to be honest, but I would say it's worth the watch. And I'll make sure I tag it down below, all that stuff. Alright, so to end this video off, we're going to try to end it off on somewhat of a high note. This video is probably like the nicest, or at least it doesn't give you any like super terrible feelings, is what I would describe it as. Definitely not like Red Mist, that would have been way too depressing to end on. So we're ending it off with Hi Stranger. Hi Stranger is a stop motion animation written, directed, and animated all by Kirsten Lepore. It's kind of a nice video, although for sure a little weird and what I would describe as trippy as hell. But it's kind of just this cute video of this little naked guy watching the sunset, and in a weird way it's sort of comforting, like, you know what I mean? He's kind of like, it's almost like he's talking to you, he's asking you some weird questions. I don't know, dude, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just kind of trippy and weird. This is the first time I've ever seen this, and I was not disappointed. So make sure you guys check it out if you have time after this. I'll be sure to link Kirsten below and that video. And yeah, other than that, this is just the best way I could see to end this video that wasn't super depressing. Alright, and that is all I have for this video. If you guys haven't checked out the most unsettling YouTube channels, make sure you guys check that out. That's another video I just posted a couple days ago. And these are the first parts of both of these. I have a ton of different entries for multiple of these. I got a whole page right next to me that I just got to continue going down. But if there's any that you specifically want me to talk about or check out, make sure you guys comment down below. Let me know anything that I think I missed. Yeah, other than that, man, that's really all I got. One more thing before I go. This video is actually sponsored by me. Alright, so I wanted to just put this at the end just in case, because basically I don't really talk too much about myself outside of YouTube, but just for a little FYI, outside of YouTube, all I really do is I run a clothing brand that I do by myself. This is it, you know what I mean? I'm basically always wearing it. I never really show it off. That's not really my type, but I always got my logo right here. But I am about to be dropping some hats. It's a beanie, even though it's summertime. I don't really care. I don't follow the whole rules of when I'm supposed to drop stuff and when. But I figured I'd let you guys know first, cause you know what I mean? I fuck with y'all. Y'all my boys. Anyways, this is it. Let me know. I haven't really given him a name yet, to be honest with you, but this is it. You got little ears and everything. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'll even throw it on for y'all. I don't really wear too many beanies, but I had to do something. Anyways, man, that's about all. Sponsored by me. Hopefully I can get better at making some of these. Hopefully we can actually pull in some real sponsors at some point. But until then, my stuff's always linked below. I appreciate you even just watching my videos. I don't really care if you check out my clothes. That's for outside of YouTube either way. So appreciate you supporting me. Let me know. I'm also rebranding my whole YouTube. So by this time, I'm assuming I'm already changed my name. So let me know what you guys think about the name change. Call me HD. I mean, I like it, but to be honest, it didn't really make too much sense on YouTube. So I'm kind of changing it more towards something like my real name. But anyways, by this time, it should already be changed. Let me know what you guys think. Hats should probably be out by the time you guys watch this, maybe. I don't know when I'm dropping these things, to be honest. But anyways, appreciate you. Stay safe, get laid. Deuces.